There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news, and boy howdy do we have a lot of it. So let's talk about it. First up, we've got one that's very close to my heart. Jazzwares have shown us images of their unmatched Wave 3 action figures. We've seen some previews and prototypes, and now we've got a much better look, and they look really good. This is a Dark Order heavy wave, and you gotta love the Dark Order. And of course, right up at the front is the Brody Lee figure. Two different versions, and they both look so good, and you gotta love that. And I don't collect wrestling figures, but there's a couple coming out soon that I think I just might have to get. Brody Lee certainly being one of them, and the rest of this wave, they look really good. We've got Anna Jay, who will also have a little piece of my heart. I mean, she is just an angel in disguise. But also we've got John Silver, Big Johnny Hungy. Gotta love that. We've also got Stu Grayson. Stu, don't call me Dick Grayson. Yeah, okay, JR. JR's coming back next week. Yay! I mean, I'm happy that he's healthy, but I was really enjoying Taz on commentary. Then, of course, we've got Evil Uno as well. And also, we've had revealed the pop-up playset, which looks really fun. It's just a cardboard put-together type playset that does the entrance ramp and everything for AEW. But you don't need anything like crazy too hard-wearing. I kind of like that it's just cardboard. Otherwise, it's a heck of a lot of plastic that's being produced to make this. And at a glance in the pictures, it looks like it does the job perfectly. So I think that's a great addition for your figures. On the whole, AEW, it looks like they're going into 2022 with some really good things coming out. Now, it actually struck me as kind of crazy to think that the show Invincible came out this year. It feels like a lifetime ago, but that was one of my favorite pieces of media to come out. I thought the Amazon Invincible animated TV show, brutal, fun, crazy, insane, such a great property. And Diamond Select are giving us a couple more figures from that show. First of all, we've got Atom Eve, and she looks great. She looks exactly like she does in the cartoon. So that's terrific. Nice looking likeness. She seems very cool. And then also we have the imaginatively titled Robot Man. So these two will be coming out soon. I think they're available for pre-order, and that's something to look forward to. Will we get more of them? Only time will tell. Now we've got Mcfarland Dc, and oh boy, they are working overtime. Kind of like how the DC movies are trying to catch up with the MCU. I think similar, Mcfarland Dc are trying to catch up with Marvel Legends, and they're working pretty hard at it. So we've got an Aquaman figure from the Endless Winter story arc. Now this is kind of interesting because this figure seems to be a standalone figure, but also there is going to be a full-on Endless Winter wave as well, and that will probably include Batman, Superman, the various heavy hitters. I mean, come on. It's Mcfarland Dc, so you know there's going to be a Batman in there somewhere. And then those figures are all going to come with Build-A-Figure pieces to make the Frost King Build-A-Figure. And Mcfarland have been really good with their Build-A-Figures over the last couple of years, being creative, not just doing people, but vehicles, all sorts of stuff. So I think this Frost King, I'm going to be really interested to see what he looks like, because, yeah, not a big DC guy, but I really appreciate some of the artistry that goes into these Mcfarland figures, because they always, I'm not saying they're like a step above, because my goodness, the bar is pretty damn high, but they meet that bar very nicely. And for me personally, the articulation, I'm not always a big fan. Sometimes the scales are a bit off, but the actual work that goes into hammering out those figures, they always seem to deliver. Speaking of Mcfarland, sticking with them and their DC line, we have Rebirth General Zod, son of Jor-El, kneel before Zod. I'd love a Terrence Stamp version, but we got a classic, well not classic comic book, a more of a modern comic book General Zod, and he looks really cool. I'm down for that. And when I say I'm down for that, what do I actually mean? I'm not going to buy him, but I'm down for seeing him be a part of the action figure world, because he looks like a cool figure. Similarly, we have Solar Suit Superman. Had to say that very slowly to make sure I pronounced all the S's correctly. And he looks good as well. I mean, this is the costume I associate with the death and rebirth of Superman. We got to see it in Snyder's Justice League. Another thing that was this year. Crazy. I'm pretty sure that was about a decade ago, but there you go. It was this year we saw Henry Cavill in that same black and silver costume. And this figure looks cool, so they are available, I think, right now for pre-order. And then we've got some more images of the deceased figures, and they look gnarly and grim and gruesome, and a lot of people, they love their zombified versions of heroes, so you're gonna get a whole bunch more of them. So we got Flash, Supergirl, Superman, and Harley Quinn. Just about managed to remember those. And yeah, they look gnarly. So if you like your zombies, you like your DC heroes, well, that's just two great tastes that taste great together. Ugh, I can't imagine zombies would taste good. Star Wars Black Series and Vintage Wave collections have had some new Gaming Greats figures announced, and some of these look really pretty. We have the Gaming Greats Black Series Umbra Operative Arc Trooper, I think is the name. I'm trying to get these right. But the color scheme on him, that looks very attractive. I dig that. The whole kind of Bengal tiger, orange and black, it's very fetching. Apparently that's a GameStop exclusive, which makes sense because he's from the Battlefront 2 video game, I think, and GameStop kind of have the monopoly on all of those Battlefront game exclusive type figures. So if you want them, you're gonna have to go hunting. And then we've got 3 of the vintage figures going out to, I think, 2 different retailers? I'm not entirely sure. But the vintage ones are this little small 3.5 inch, little diddy ones. They're kind of cute. But these guys are also from Battlefront 2, so they're the different clone type, armor type people, what I'm trying to say, with the different decals on there. I don't want to try and say what the different names are because I'll always screw them up and embarrass myself, but they look kind of pretty. You can see in the photos at least what they look like, and they're going to be available for pre-order, I think, now. Super 7 have announced a G.I. Joe Reaction Arctic Rescue set, and this looks kind of fun. The dude almost looks like Father Christmas, but with a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. But if you're into your G.I. Joe cartoon lore, I believe this is a story where Snake Eyes gets rescued in the Arctic or something along those lines. My info is spotty at best, because my brain doesn't hold much knowledge. What can I say? And most of it is pro wrestling results from the 90s. Not very useful, but this set does look very pretty, and I'm including some pictures too, and if you want to go find out more about it, then I recognize that probably TNI News on YouTube, or maybe Toy Arc, yeah, they're going to have more of the details, but you know what? I bet they won't deliver it with so much fun. Now we're going on to Mezco, and 2022 for me has been the year of Mezco. It's been the year that I've gone, wow. You know what? I'm suddenly okay with cloth goods. And also non-cloth goods, because Mezco are giving us, well, we know they're giving us the original Big Chap Alien. That's been around for ages, but now they're showing us a Mezco store exclusive. And this looks really cool, really creepy, really great. It's the HR Giga original concept version of the Alien. So it's the same figure as the Big Chap, but it's all pale and translucent and really gross looking, and it looks so cool, because this is what the HR Giga artwork looked like when he originally drew the sketches and whatnot. His artwork, it normally is it's all pencil lead shading, it's all shades of grey, and that was what the alien looked like, very pale, and the head, you can sort of see through it. It looks like a kind of like an embryonic type creature. It looks grim and visceral and nasty, and yeah, really, really cool. Plus, all of the accessories are in this tone as well. So you got like a pale face hugger and the eggs, all that sort of stuff. I gotta say, I wasn't convinced about getting the Big Chap because I gotta be a lot more careful with what I spend now. But seeing this special version, man, if I was ever gonna be tempted, this is what was gonna tempt me. So NECA, not quite done with their animated turtles yet for the year, have released images of their deluxe foot soldier set and also their Mouser set. So if you feel like your turtles don't have enough enemies, if you feel like it's 4 turtles against 1 foot soldier, which quite frankly is just a mugging, and you want to bolster the bad guys, then you can get yourself a deluxe foot soldier with all sorts of accessories. I mean, you can see the pictures. You're not going to be wanting for some extra bits and pieces. And what I really love are the Mousers as well. I think they look great. And again, so much going on there too. So you can buy these, I believe, directly from the NECA store, and both of them, if you're an animated TMNT person, and who isn't? I mean, come on, am I right or am I right? That's a little slice, a little soupçon of our childhood nostalgia just served right out to us there. Even I fell victim to it, but then I needed some money, so I sold them all. And you know what? I don't regret it. I'm telling myself now, I don't regret it. But if you're still collecting them, then these guys are going to make some excellent additions. Now, another thing that NECA have been doing over the Christmas period is releasing these great wallpapers, these wall charts, showing all the different releases from the different lines. And what they've done is they've snuck in some reveals in there. So if you look closer, you'll be like, wait a minute, I haven't seen that guy before. And they've done it in a big way with the animated turtles. We've got some big reveals coming from these wall charts. First of all, Tokka and Raza. We saw some preview concept kind of images, but now we've got a little look at the actual figures themselves, even just in small picture form. But they look really fun. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect. NECA are great at taking the animated styles and just making 3D versions of them. And they've done it again. They look really fun, but that's not all. A really fun one, I think, is the Crooked Ninja Turtle Goon. So I think if my memory of the cartoon serves correctly, this was a bunch of bank robbers or, ruffians, no good nicks basically, who dress up as the Ninja Turtles, about as convincingly as the Ninja Turtles dress up as humans. So it's tit for tat there. But yeah, I see that figure and I just think, you could just call him a cosplayer, basically. It looks like cosplay Ninja Turtles. He looks really fun. And then just like we've been able to bolster our foot soldier army, we can also bolster our rock soldiers as well with the rock soldier trooper. And a couple of these are going to look great next to General Trag and Granitor. Those are some of my favorite figures actually. I thought they were just big and bulky and colorful. And these guys, it's fun that they are smaller. They're different in stature. They're not just repaints or anything, but a completely different looking figure. Get yourself a couple of those and all of a sudden your foot soldiers, your rock troopers, they're going to look like a really imposing army going against the turtles. And of course, another one that I'm actually quite interested in outside of collecting the NECA turtles, the animated turtles, is Usagi Yojimbo, the samurai rabbit. Again, we knew that this was on the horizon, but we got another picture of him. I know some friends of mine who are really into the character outside of turtles. I mean, he's his own thing. So I think a few people are going to be really interested in this. Even if you're not getting the animated turtles, just as a standalone figure, Usagi Yojimbo, he might be really popular. And finally, they also showed the neutrinos, the 3 little alien neutrino people, and they are kind of like all bunched together, so I'm guessing maybe that's going to be their first 3-pack. We've had 2-packs, but is this going to be a 3-pack? Maybe. I mean, they're meant to be like, the neutrinos are like little kids, so they're not big and chunky. So weight-wise and size, you could probably fit 3 of them into a pack, and again, if you want the whole smorgasbord of animated turtles, then I think they only appeared for 1 episode. Maybe they came back later. I might have dropped out by that point, but nonetheless, they're quite iconic for the early episodes, so you can get yourself some neutrinos. And a really big one, especially for people who got on the collecting train late, is that NECA have confirmed they will be re-releasing April O'Neil. And that is huge. If I was still collecting those figures, I would have been over that like a shot. Because originally she was only introduced or released with a foot soldier 2-pack. And that is one that you just cannot find for love nor money. Well, I say that, you can find it for money. A lot of money. But April, yeah, they haven't given any details, but they're saying that she will be back, bigger and better than ever. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't work for NECA. Yet. NECA, I am available. But still, the fact that they're going to re-release her means they're listening to what people want, and that's never a bad thing. And speaking of giving the people what they want, NECA are finally returning to their long-forgotten Predator line. It feels like we haven't had any Predator figures for the longest time. Well, they've shown us a few more reveals as well. First of all, some images of the deluxe Stoneheart Predator from their Concrete Jungle line. And he looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't really know how much new sculpting is in this, if it's completely original or if they've just tweaked something, because I'm not a Predator expert. But I know a lot of people have... What exactly are you an expert in, Dave? That's not for this channel. But still, this figure looks nice. I'm sure it's going to make a lot of Predator fans very happy, and hopefully it's the first of many, many more that we're going to see. Not stopping there though, we also have Shaman, Boar, Snake and Elder Predators teased. because they showed us another little wallpaper. We had a nice look of that Stoneheart character from the Concrete Jungle game, and it looks like we're getting 4 more that kind of run the gamut of different Predator franchises. So you know that the Elder Predator, that's probably a Predator 2 one maybe, but also we've seen some kind of box art as well from the Predator side-scrolling arcade game. So hopefully they're going to be picking and choosing different interesting characters, different interesting looks from all throughout the Predator multiverse, dare I say. So hopefully, I think 2022, that's going to be maybe the year of the Predator. I don't know, that's a bold and lofty statement, but I'm just excited to see what they do. I bought the Alpha Predator this year, I love that guy, and I will pick and choose the occasional Yautja when they look cool. So if they give me another good one, I'll happily part with my money. Also, more details have come out on the Marvel Legends backpack that was revealed during the Pulse livestream. A lot of speculation going on as to what that might be for. Nothing confirmed, but it seems like a lot of people who seem very, very confident, unlike myself who just regurgitate stuff that I hear online, who would have thought, they're saying that this looks like it is a backpack worn by either Peter or Ned in one of the Homecoming movies. One of the Homecoming movies is Homecoming. But still, it looks like maybe we're going to be getting an unmasked Peter and Ned 2-pack, like civilian 2-pack. Don't know for sure, but that seems like the likeliest candidate. Like, that backpack seems to exist in their high school. So chances are we're going to see some more MCU civilian figures. And look, civilian figures are always great for dioramas and stuff. And Ned is a super popular character. I don't want to start spitballing too much though, because we don't know for sure. But it's an interesting avenue to go down. Mafex have revealed pictures of their Justice League Superman, their Zack Snyder Justice League Superman. It was worth redoing that movie just to get some more action figures, because this is the evil looking, freshly resurrected, fresh out the oven Superman who just looks pissed. He's got the red eyes, he's got the black costume, he looks really cool. I've been won over to Mafex this year with Gambit, and I'm still waiting for my Ben Reilly, but this Superman looks awesome. So if you're into your Zack Snyderverse type figures, he's going to be a wicked addition. Just looking at the pictures, like, they've really captured the Henry Cavill kind of features. But also, he is available. I was wondering where my brain was going there, because whenever I say Henry Cavill, I think of people telling me that I look like Henry Cavill, but it's always a backhanded compliment. It's like, hey, you look like Henry Cavill's skinnier brother. Hey, you look like Henry Cavill if he had a meth habit. Hey, you look like Henry Cavill if he was a wino. Thanks? But still, this figure looks really cool. And if you want him, you'll be able to pick him up around about October next year. So start counting the days. And when you go to the store to pick up your Snyderverse Man of Steel, you could also get the X-Factor Cyclops from Mafex as well. This dude full on replete with his Cross X-Factor look. This is kind of cool, and this is sort of creaking open the door for more X-Factor versions of the X-Men. And I like those iconic bold costumes. It's a nice kind of transition from like the real original classic yellow and blue pajama type costumes to the modern 90s ones. You had this 1980s X-Factor look, which were just bold and sort of stark lines, but they looked really cool. So I imagine maybe if we've got Cyclops, we might also get Beast, Marvel Girl, Iceman, Angel. If we do, that would make a heck of an impressive looking set. So this first one is going to drop in October next year. Debuting any day now, I'll have to check, but it's very, very soon. We've got the Book of Boba Fett. Looks like it's going to be a really fun show. I'm all in for this. I'm excited for it. And Hot Toys are not going to miss out on this, because they have made a new figure of Fennec Shand, Boba Fett's right-hand lady. And look, it's Hot Toys. I'm just going to repeat myself otherwise. You know what it is. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to have an incredible likeness, loads of accessories. Just look at the pictures. I ain't lying. So if you're a Hot Toys person, if you're a Star Wars person, this is another one for the collection, and it looks like a worthy addition as well. I think Hot Toys might have a fair bit of material from Boba Fett to work with, so I think you better pepper your wallets, because there's going to be more of these most likely. But certainly, Fennec Shand, to start things off with, she looks really, really cool. But don't get too excited yet, because you're going to have to wait a while. Already now, we're moving into 2023. So chances are, when after pre-orders go live, you're not even going to be sniffing this figure until the second or third quarter of the year after next year. It feels like a long time. And finally, I wanted to share this because I love Jaws. It's one of my favorite movies, and Iron Studios, boy, they're giving us something kind of special. Although I say that, they ain't giving it to us. They're charging $3,000 for it. But if you happen to have $3,000 stashed away behind your couch, you could get a diorama of the ending battle of Jaws, with Jaws leaping out of the water. Not that the shark is actually called Jaws, but come on, that's what we all... It's Jaws the shark, you know? Watch out before he eats you with his big jaws. And he's leaping out of the ship and trying to chomp up Quint. Such an iconic scene. Terrified me as a kid, and I just love this movie. If this was like a random thing that I was given, I would treasure it. If I was asked to exchange $3,000 for it, maybe not so much. But just looking at the pictures, just look at them. That's why I'm showing you, just because they look amazing. The detail is beautiful. I don't know, like, is the scale of the shark right? Because that shark looks gigantic. I don't know. I suppose they would have done it accurately. Just it doesn't look that big on the TV screen when you watch it, when you watch the actual movie. In the three-dimensional action figure form or diorama form, it looks huge. Like it could just swallow Quint whole. But still, that's why it's so terrifying. So if you want to pick this guy up, he's going to be available at some point around about the third quarter of 2022. And folks, that does it for today's episode of Good News. I hope you enjoyed some of those reveals and announcements and all sorts of different things to get excited about. What are you most looking forward to? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you find this little display model behavior t-shirt that I'm wearing rather fetching, then you can pick up your own one at teespring.com. The link is right below this video. Folks, thank you for watching, and until next time. Oh wait, I didn't thank the people who actually allow me to make this show. That is my wonderful saviors of model behavior right there. You gotta give the people their due, alright? If it wasn't for these folks giving me a few extra shekels each month, I wouldn't have the time to make these videos. I'd have to be working behind the bar, changing barrels and pulling pints and all that kind of stuff. So it's your support that allows me to sit at home in my underpants and film these videos. Oh yeah, I'm naked below this desk. Yeah. When I say take your pants off, I'm not joking. Alright guys, well, for the third time, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, I'm just running out of breath. Keep behaving, model Displayvia. I swear I'm losing it. Keep displaying model behavior.